Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Szabo, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And man, tour is starting up again. Isn't everyone in a better mood now?
Yes.
The Eras Tour is starting back up in Tokyo, and she is performing not 3 times, but 4 times in Tokyo. So we got to start our surprise song challenge. Is that what we call it? What do we call it? Surprise song challenge?
Predictions game.
Surprise
Yeah,
song
all of
predictions
it.
game all over again. And we also have to talk about our Super Bowl our Super Bowl voting
Our
thing?
Swift Bowl.
Swift Bowl.
Yeah.
And then is there anything else we need to touch in on? We got to talk about
Potential
punishments. Okay. So let's do Swift Bowl.
Swift Bowl
Let's
first.
do Swift Bowl first. So
I like
Anna,
Yes.
fill us in
Business first.
on
Business.
if people don't know what Swift Bowl is.
Swift Bowl.
Fill us in.
We had an idea last time that we recorded, like last week. Since Taylor Swift's boyfriend Travis Kelce is on the Kansas City Chiefs and playing in the Super Bowl, we are expecting maybe to see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I think the embassy of Japan actually put out a statement saying
They did, and it was full of Taylor Swift
saying that
hidden
like
Easter eggs.
that she'll
and
be
stuff.
fine, that she can make it.
That's adorable.
That she can definitely make it. I know, and I've seen people. I think it was Jimmy Fallon made the joke that was like, "This is going to be the most watched flight since we went to the moon or something." Anyway, so for our Swift Bowl, what we did is basically we had the AFC bracket and the NFC bracket, and then we're going to go head to head. So the 4 of us, we each picked an album, and then from that album, we picked 4 songs that went head to head against another album. So we had Amy representing Red, Taylor's version.
Yes.
Up against Lacey representing Lover
Yes.
on one side. And then on the other side of the bracket, we had Nick representing 1989 Taylor's version and myself representing Album of the Year, Midnight.
Now, if we had to guess, who would be eliminated in the first round completely?
I
It
feel
was me.
terrible about
It was
this.
me.
No, you were making the right
you should.
choices.
You voted. It
You
was,
were making
it
the
was
right
because
choices.
of you.
I would much rather put it on the listeners and Nick be mad at them.
So since we had limited time, because I really wanted the finals to line up with the Super Bowl, basically the first round or 2, we voted amongst ourselves on who would go. But then when we got to the semifinals, we posted it on our Instagram at the 13 Podcast for our listeners to vote. So on the AFC side, we had All Too Well 10-minute version versus Cornelia Street. The voters, the listeners, they let their voices be heard, and they voted. So moving on to the finals, with a 79% vote, is All Too Well 10-minute
Yeah.
version.
All
I
right.
mean, Cornelia Street
All
is a
right.
great song.
Uh-huh.
It is.
All Too Well is just
It was
top
really
tier.
it was really fun though, and interesting to see our listeners like in the comments like arguing why one should win over the other, and like, oh, but somebody was like, All Too Well, 10-minute version is rightfully so should win, but Cornelia Street should have its moment. Like it was fun to watch. So we have All Too Well 10-minute version moving on to the finals.
Excellent.
And then on the NFC bracket, we had 2 of my choices. Sorry, Nick. Maroon versus You're on Your Own, Kid. So this one was a little bit closer. So moving on to the finals with a 54% vote.
Oof, slim
That's
margin.
close.
Yeah, 54% vote. You're on your own, kid.
All
Wow.
right.
So,
Man, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the impact of You're on Your Own, Kid, the friendship bracelets, like, think about it. If Taylor Swift wouldn't have written the line about the friendship bracelets, Travis Kelce would have never made a friendship bracelet. Would she even be in the Super Bowl?
Great argument.
Wow.
Great argument.
So we'll have All Too Well 10-minute version versus You're on Your Own, Kid in our Swift Bowl finals. We will post the finals for you, our listeners, to vote on our Instagram at the 13 Podcast on Super Bowl Sunday. So we'll have the Super Bowl and the Swift Bowl going on at the same time, and then we'll report back with the results afterwards.
Wow.
So
Great idea, Anna.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Yeah.
organizing that.
thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. Maybe in the future we can flesh it out a little bit longer and have the listeners vote every round. But this was kind of a last minute idea. So yeah.
Well, I mean, March Madness is coming up where
It
they do
is.
a lot of brackets. We could do it again.
we could. Yeah. Hey.
Is that too many Taylor Swift brackets
Nope.
No,
in a row?
Never.
it's fun. It's interactive.
Okay, yeah.
You guys listeners, you guys let us know.
Because in March it's the Sweet 16, so everyone's making their brackets.
So we can maybe have different ground rules.
Yeah.
We can have different.
I agree.
What if the only albums legible are those that have one album of the year? Because there's 4.
There's a lot of songs to choose from there.
And it's tough because we've had to rank our top tracks of albums, but then this is taking a stance against songs and going for it. Amy had the strategic move to grab Red immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming, but she knew what she was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
she was thinking like a winner, not like a fan.
whatever album has all too well 10-minute version on
That
it,
one.
that's the one you pick.
And then for our surprise song prediction games, does anybody want to give a little recap of this game for our new listeners?
Sure. So when Taylor started doing the surprise songs, we just started guessing what she would perform. And we made a game out of it. And we would each come out here every week and predict what she would do. Now, if she did perform that song on the night that we guessed, we would get a full point. If she performed a song that we guessed, but maybe on a different night for whatever city she was in, we would get half a point. And we added everything up. And at the end of the year, Amy won with how many points? Do we remember?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh.
Well, we had one that was the U.S. leg,
Uh-huh.
the first one, and Anna won that.
That's right.
I won that one. But
but there's no punishment.
But there's no punishment that time.
Gotcha.
It was when she went international to South America that we were
Right.
like, why don't we add a little bit of pressure? Amy won that one.
Yes.
You ended up with 6 points. The rest of us had 4.5 and 4.
Gotcha. And I lost that one, and so my punishment was I had to do a solo episode that was 13 minutes long.
Fabulous episode.
All by
yes.
myself. Thank you. And so now we're starting up again. And so now we have to figure out a punishment, and we asked a bunch of our listeners on social media what potential punishments could be.
Mm-hmm. So
And there were some good ideas.
There were some really good ideas because the 13-minute solo episode was also an idea submitted by a listener.
Love it.
So some of the ideas that we got from our listeners included, we're big fans of the double album theory. So what about a 26-minute solo episode? That was one idea. Another one was that the loser can only speak in Taylor Swift lyrics for a full episode.
Love it.
That's fun. That's
a fun one.
And that's challenging because to keep up with the conversation, but only in
Yeah.
Taylor Swift lyrics.
Oof, that'd
I'll
be
have to have a
hard.
cheat sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, so that would be fun.
I like that
another
idea.
another popular idea was for the loser to have to recreate one of Taylor's music videos or recreate their own music video.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying. It also makes it. I think it's a great idea, but it's a little difficult since Taylor's music has been taken off like TikTok and not all of her music is on
Oh.
Instagram. So I don't know how we would want to go about that if we
True.
decide to take that route. I'm just
Right.
thinking long term here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've already done that anyway with the man music video. Whenever you came down the hallway and we all had our hands
Oh, yeah.
out.
But
if
that
you
was
remember.
like that was before we even started this podcast. That was a while ago.
Yeah, I was impressed because I have old lady hands and my hands made it on a TikTok. And I was like, never did I think that my hands would be debuted in a music video. Anyway, that was a necessary
maybe-
tangent.
Lacey, if you lose, maybe you have to show off your hands on social media for 13 minutes.
Yeah, that's very enticing.
So I don't know if we want to decide on something right now, or we can let people that maybe don't follow us on social media, they didn't see that we were asking for suggestions, give it another week to
Yeah.
let
Let
people
it flesh
send us
out.
suggestions, and then we can decide after the first night.
Sure.
Oh, we also have to figure out how long we want this leg to go.
I think
That's true.
until she hits Europe, which is the April break, right? She
Oh,
goes-
so like go until we get the new album and then start up again after? That's a good idea.
yeah, that's what I thought, but
That's great.
you don't have to do it that way.
No, that works out nicely.
Yeah, the Asian and Australian tour dates.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Ooh,
Yeah,
but that next
so-
leg is super long. European tour is super long.
Yeah, maybe we could even break that one up.
Yeah. We can figure that out.
Yeah.
But
All
I
right, cool.
think we reconvene and come up with the punishment for sure then. So let us know what you're thinking, what you think that the loser should have to do for this leg, because we've already gotten a lot of great suggestions.
All right, so let's jump into our predictions for Tokyo. She's going to kick it off on Wednesday, February 7th in Tokyo, Japan. And so I'm going to predict, for 0 reasons, just other than because I want to hear them, Gold Rush
Ooh.
and I Forgot That You Existed.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to write these down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lacey, what do you think she's going to perform on Wednesday?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, give me
Oh.
2 seconds.
Gold Rush. And I forgot that you existed.
Got
Wouldn't
it.
that be great on the piano? Bump,
Oh, yeah.
bump, bump, bump.
Got it.
Okay, so we did just get the announcement of TS11, the Tortured Poets Department, that will be coming out on April 19th. Taylor Swift has said that this leg of the tour, she's starting everything over for the secret song. So anything can be up for grabs. I'm thinking Tortured Poets, she's going to want to showcase some of her smart people wordy songs. So I'm going with The Lakes and The Great War because I think both of those could be Tortured Poet Department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Definitely.
both of those songs, and I'm feeling those for Wednesday.
And you're getting better at saying the album name, too. Last
in front of
episode,
me.
it was, okay. Last episode, we were all struggling with saying
Yeah.
that name. That's a tough.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Because there's a movie called The Dead Poet Society, so that's just kind of what you naturally
Yeah.
say.
I may just call it Tortured Poets.
Tortured Poets.
And everybody knows that movie, even though I don't
Yeah.
know that I know anybody who's seen it, though.
Mhm.
But we all have that phrase in
Right.
our head.
All right, Amy, what you think?
So Tokyo is the largest city in the world. I'm going with mean. Someday I'll be living in a big old city.
Ah, that's a good
And
one.
it's also known for their neon lights. So I'm going with slut because of that lyric.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mean and
Beautiful.
slut.
That's how a winner thinks right there.
I
I
know
did
it.
not think about any of those going
Mm-mm.
into this, but okay.
Anna, what you thinking?
Well, I think Taylor Swift has the most incredible sense of humor. So I think the first surprise song is going to be I Did Something Bad. Just because
I took that off my list.
we've been clowning for Reputation Taylor's version, and then she announced a brand new album. But I think she has the opportunity to do one of the funniest things, and that would be to do I Did Something Bad, and that's the one song from Reputation
Right.
that she didn't get to last time around. So I think that would be really funny. And then I was also thinking actually along the same lines of Lacey about Tortured Poets, and so I also put The Lakes. Because then she could kind of, do a little intro speech about like, oh, my new album, Tortured Poets, and then go into The Lakes. So
Perfect.
I had that one as well.
Great. All right, so let's move on to Thursday. I am predicting that Taylor is going to play Question and Call It What You Want. Why? Because I want to hear them.
Hear it.
That's it.
Love it.
Okay, Thursday for me, I think she's still showcasing a lot of her deep hitting lyrics. So I'm going with Mad Woman and then Last Kiss, my
Ooh.
personal favorite from Speak Now.
Very nice. So I'll hit up mine. Thursday the 8th, I have that Tokyo was originally known as Edo, known as entrance gate or door. So I'm thinking she's going to reference the other side of the door.
My goodness.
And it's also the land of the rising sun. With happiness, she talks about the glorious sunrise.
Okay.
Okay, so
I love
happiness and the other
it.
side of the door.
How do you do it? How do
I
you,
love it. I
This is
know.
how she wins every time.
This is how
Nick.
she wins.
I
This is
don't
a-
know.
This is a pro.
We're all
We're
guessing.
witnessing greatness right now with Amy's guesses. Now, you could not get any points,
Right.
but so far, the reasoning is top tier.
Thank
What
you.
if Taylor Swift listens to our podcast?
She
and
only
this
picks
wasn't,
Amy's songs.
Yeah, and this wasn't her thought process. She was thinking more like, I think Nick Adams wants to hear this, so I'm going to play this. But then she listens to our guesses, and she's like, Amy makes a lot of sense. And then she changes her surprise songs because Amy makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
She does make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
That's why she always wins.
All right, Anna, what you thinking Thursday?
Thursday, I'm thinking she'll play a fan favorite that she hasn't played since like the first night of tour, and that's Mirror Ball. And then I was thinking if I have to lose Mirror Ball again, Amy has to lose Cowboy Like Me. So I just put
Again.
those two together.
I love that.
because they're just like two of our favorites that we would both be devastated over. So
Yes.
that was the logic there.
Good choosing.
I love it. Okay, so now let's move on to Friday night. I am predicting that Taylor's going to perform I Wish You Would, and All You Had to Do Was Stay, a little 1989 combo there.
Well, I think on Friday, she's coming out swinging. I think on Friday, she's going to kick it off with You Are in Love, and then follow that up with You're Losing Me.
Ooh, what
Because she's
a
still-
lethal combo.
Yes, because we're wondering if You're Losing Me is like the beginning, kind of
Right,
the tortured poets department.
Right.
I just said that all on my own.
Great
I
job.
was
Yeah, you
like, yeah, I was looking
Yeah, you
y'all in
did.
the eye while I said that.
Should we
but,
get points for when we correctly say it?
but yeah, if that is the beginning, then she's going to want to touch on it.
Okay, well, my mind is kind of in the same place as you. I have You're Losing Me and Glitch.
Ooh,
Mhm.
also lethal combo.
Mhm.
All right, Anna, what are you thinking? Friday.
Well, Friday just so happens to be National Pizza Day, which we as fans like to link back to 1989.
Yes.
So I went for track 5 on 1989. All you had to do was stay.
Okay.
So I have that one as well,
Yeah.
Nick.
Mhm.
And then I also think that, I think she's going to be so fun and kind and generous to Tokyo. She's going to be like, thank you for any fan that has been here since the beginning. And then I have Tim McGraw.
Very nice.
Okay. Because that's what her very first surprise song was in the
Yes.
U.S. tour.
And we didn't know that it was like,
And then the very last song on the tour was New Year's Day.
Mhm.
So it was very first song, very last song.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, so let's move on to her final night in Tokyo. And I'm going to predict that Taylor is going to be reminiscing on her time there, and she's going to play The Best Day. And then, since she is jumping on a plane and flying to the Super Bowl to meet her man, she's going to play I Think He Knows.
That's good.
That is
Mhm.
good.
Mm-hmm. All right, Lacey, what you think?
So Saturday is the final show. Then she's heading off to the airport, assuming to go to the Super Bowl. Has she confirmed it? We're all just speculating that she's going to be
We've
there.
confirmed it.
Okay.
She'll be there.
She personally has not.
I mean, look,
but
if she's been
we
at
have.
if she's been at however many games, a lot of games this season that are just regular season games, she's going to be at the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Okay, what you
so,
thinking?
for that reason, I'm thinking Mary's song because the 87 reference. Also, Taylor Swift has a great sense of humor, and people are speculating, oh, is Travis Kelce going to propose to her after he wins the Super Bowl? No, he's not going to. They're not that kind of couple, nor is it anyone's business if or when they get engaged. They're happy, happy, happy. But Taylor Swift knows the rumors, so she's going to sing Paper Rings.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That would
Oh my
that would
gosh.
make headlines.
Just to stir the pot, just because she knows that she holds all the power. So she's going to say, I would marry you with paper rings. No, public, it's not going to come out the way that you think it's going to.
That's funny.
But I love him and I would.
Listen to this. I'm writing a movie scene in my head right now because we are witnessing an actual rom-com in real life with
Mhm.
Taylor and Travis's
Mhm.
relationship, right? He wins the Super Bowl. She goes onto the field and he proposes with a paper ring made out of confetti that had just fallen to the ground. Wouldn't that be great?
It would be
It would be.
great.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
No.
that'd be cool. All right, Amy, what's she thinking?
Yes, I have The Lakes, referencing the Tortured Poets Department, and Mary Song, Super Bowl focused, you know? Yep.
Mhm.
There are numbers in there.
Mm. Anna?
Well, same Mary song because she's gonna, for the exact same reason you guys said, 87 plus 13 equals 100, 87, 89, Mary song. We just know. And then also, I didn't know what to pair that with, but that's also going to be National Umbrella Day, which links me back to Rihanna. So I think she'll do This Is What You Came For.
I love
okay.
that.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say come in with the rain.
Oh, that could also, that's also good. No, this is what you came for.
I love it. That's good.
But I'm more confident about Mary's song.
Okay, so those are our predictions. They're locked in. Can't change them. You can't change them to mine, guys. Don't try. Don't try and steal my guesses, okay? I know they're the winners. So follow along. We'll be watching the live streams and everything like that, so I hope you are too.
So there is another big event going on this weekend that people are placing their predictions to. It's not just secret song clock predictions like we like to do. But there's also the Super Bowl happening this weekend. Taylor Swift is seemingly hopping onto a plane and going to go support her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, at the Super Bowl. And I want to know if we have any predictions for what's going to happen with the game, because I do. Because Tay Voodoo is in full effect. This is going to be the 13th time she's at the game. All the numbers, it's on 211, which adds up to 13. So I think, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win with a total of 89. And the other team,
Wow.
the other team is only going to score 13 points.
Wow.
So that's my prediction. 89-13 in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty good. This is football, not basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure you knew that one.
Yeah.
I will predict that the 49ers are going to score 21 points and the Chiefs are going to score 31 points. So I think the Chiefs are going to win. And 31 backwards 13.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
Anna, Amy, do you have any predictions on the big game?
Well, I don't really know like what the possible scores are because I know in football, like, you know, there's like certain numbers that it can't be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, like off the top of your head? Like if
in-
I say something wrong?
In general, if you score a touchdown, that's 6 points. If you kick the extra point, that's 1 point. So generally most touchdowns are going to be worth 7 points altogether.
But there's other possibilities. And field
Or
goals and
you
stuff, like-
cannot score a touchdown and just kick a field goal without scoring a touchdown. That's worth 3 points.
Oof. Okay, too much to keep up with.
Mhm.
So I think that the Chiefs are going to win. I'm also going to say 31 because it's 13 backwards. But I think it's going to be a little bit closer, and I'll say that the other team will get 27 points.
Okay.
Is that possible?
28.
28,
Would
okay.
be 4 touchdowns.
Okay, I'll say 28-31.
Okay. That's a good score. Amy, what you thinking?
I don't know scores, but I'm going to say Chiefs win by 13 points.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. And so the Chiefs are not the only winner that we're talking about right now. We also have to pick a winner from our YouTube subscribers.
Yes, we launched our YouTube page earlier this year, which is really exciting because now you can watch our episodes, you can watch the podcast. And so when we started it, we wanted to do a little giveaway for the first 1,300 subscribers. So we randomly selected somebody that subscribed to our YouTube page, and they were within the first 1,300. So congratulations to Brooke Schaefer.
Yeah, Brooke.
Brooke,
Way to go.
Brooke Schaefer, please send us an email. It's the 13podcast@gmail.com.
Mhm.
Please send us an email to claim your prize. We will be asking for ID, so not like a random person can, also claim to be you. But please send us an email at your earliest convenience because your prize is... Well, so I was trying to think of, something that we could give to someone that maybe not everybody has access to depending on where they are in the world or, on, whatever.
Mhm.
So since we're in our 1989 era, kind of, I guess, mostly,
Yeah.
we will be gifting you the Target edition, the Tangerine edition of the 1989 Taylor's version vinyl, along with a copy of Time Magazine's Person of the Year
Cool.
featuring Taylor Swift.
All right.
Congrats,
That's a
Brooke.
good gift.
Congratulations, Brooke. Please email us at your earliest convenience to claim your prize.
If you haven't already, follow us on social media at The 13 Podcast and subscribe to this podcast anywhere you find great podcasts and leave us a good review and a 5-star rating.
Thanks for listening. The 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.